Hi, oh my god, it's been a hot minute since I've been back on the pod because guys, I've literally been meaning to edit this one episode that I have, but one, the election. Welcome back to the Yap Eat Repeat podcast. Won the election. Hey, so what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Big sister general, I feel like this podcast episode is just gonna be a mini one, right? Because I have not been on my game for a little bit, understandably so. Guys, October and early November, even right now, honestly, have just been both really difficult months, I think, in just like my typical day-to-day life as well as mentally. For those of you who don't know, or if I haven't made it apparent enough on the podcast, mental health is something that's been really important to me, and it's definitely something I want to talk about on this podcast, again, because I feel like in the Asian American community that's not something we talk about very often. I struggle with premenstrual dysphoria disorder, and I know there are a lot of people who menstruate out there who have probably had really tough times before their period, right? It feels like you're quite literally depressed, and you know, it's normal to feel moody right before your period and even on your period, but this is like a different type of monster, if you will. Like, I had premenstrual dysphoria disorder, which stands for PMDD, right before Halloween, and as y'all know, I absolutely love Halloween. I was super excited for it. This year I was just not feeling it. I mean, there were a number of external factors as to why I wasn't feeling it, like things in my personal life, things in my day-to-day life, but also just like PMDD. I was truly not feeling it. I was like, I don't even want to go out. I had to be forced to go out. Thank God my man like saw through all of that, and he was like, hey, like, we need to go out, blah blah blah. And I have just been in recovery from that entire month. And the election, let's talk about that super quick. The election, so what the frick was that? It truly felt like a fever dream. I honestly, it hasn't even truly settled in my brain yet that Donald Trump is going to be our president again. I woke up the next morning after election day and in just complete and utter disbelief. There were so many people I had to cut off. There was this one girl I used to be friends with in college, and we're not friends anymore for that particular reason. I mean, it's no surprise that she is a Trump supporter. It's just hurtful, but it stresses me out. And I think one of the frustrating things about always trying to fight for what is right. Sorry, I'm using an oil cleanser. This is the Elvira Pore Control Cleansing Oil. Sorry, some of it got in my eye. I know as someone who is very passionate about social justice, it's like a very emotionally and mentally draining field to throw yourself into, because if it's something that you care about very deeply, when something doesn't go in your favor or when something negative happens, of course it's going to hit you in a very different way. And that 100% was the election for me. So I am going to be including very helpful links for people because I do want to be a source of hope and optimism for everybody. But if anything, guys, if you haven't already, invest into your local community as much as you can and figure out what's going on in your local community, because if there was ever a time to invest in unionizing, into community organizing, into local businesses, right now is the time, because clearly the federal government is just not that girl. Okay, y'all see Donald Trump's cabinet? Okay, it's giving Caucasian. It's giving Caucasia up in here. I am just it's hard. It is hard to say the least, and I am not happy with the results. But we just gotta keep moving forward, and I hope that we all take this as an opportunity to rest, to reflect, to connect with people who align with our beliefs and cut out those who vote like they don't love us, and to invest in our local community. This is just going to be like a chit chat episode. I hope everybody has been having a really great week. This week has definitely felt a lot lighter in comparison to other weeks. If I'm not mistaken, astrology wise, Pluto has moved out of Capricorn and into Aquarius. And y'all, if y'all know anything about Capricorns, is they are ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the planet of karma. So Capricorns are really known for struggling a lot, like a lot. And I definitely feel that because I have a Capricorn rising, but we're known for struggling and being able to endure through that struggle. And I definitely feel a lot lighter this week. I feel like a lot more empowered. We're actually gonna skip ahead to the Yap Eat Repeat section of the podcast because again, this is like very off the cuff. I just wanted to connect with y'all and also just get back on my grind because I promised myself that I really wanted to keep up with this podcast shit. But anyways, getting back to that, something that I have been yapping about is 2 affirmations. So for those of y'all who don't know, like I mentioned earlier, super passionate about mental health and also passionate about body issues and body positivity, body neutrality, whichever path you want to go down, that's your choice. I've listened to a few podcasts lately, and I feel like I like videos and podcasts, I'll link them down below, but I've been listening to them lately, and I feel like they've given me so much perspective on my body and the relationship I'm trying to have with it. Yeah, this is a daily occurrence, guys. At this point, like, I'm not fazed by it. I just did not expect that. Okay, so I've been reading a lot of like podcasts, reading a lot of podcasts, guys. No, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, listening to a video or two, and I just finished Loud by Afualo, and all of those I feel have really helped provide some additional perspective on my life and the relationship that I want to have with my body. So I just watched Chrisspy's latest YouTube video, and Chrisspy is like an OG YouTuber. She of course had to take a break because I think she, really wanted to get back into her sobriety and work on having a better relationship with her body. One thing that she said that really stuck with me and led to other revelations is this quote, which is, "I am not my body. I just have a body." And I feel like for anybody who's struggled with body dysmorphia, body image issues, weight issues, the whole gamut, that is a quote that I think I really have to repeat to myself every now and then when I get in my head about body dysmorphia, because there was one day in October where I feel like I just spiraled. Truly, I just spiraled about my body, being like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm not like 120 pounds anymore, and like I've gained all this weight and I don't feel good about myself. And I think something I have to remind myself is I am not my body. I just have a body, and my worth and my value are not derived from how much I weigh and how I look, because you don't have friends who are like, oh, I'm friends with Adelle, or I'm friends with X, Y, and Z because of how skinny they are or how amazing their arms look. They're like, I'm friends with Adelle because she's so generous and she's a baddie. She's an intelligent baddie. Like, you would never tell your friends that, and you would never say that about your friends. So I think that's something I have to remind myself. And 2, that led to other revelations about like how we tie our self-worth to the material. And I think it's always a good thing to have a balance between the material and the immaterial. But as someone who has come from like, an immigrant parent, Asian background, I feel like there is this tendency of tying our self-worth to our grades and our material achievements, like whether or not we're able to go to an Ivy League or a top-rated school or get the job and blah blah blah. All of those things are important to a certain extent, but I think I was really getting in my head about like about my job, and I had to really about my job and how that affected my self-perception. Like, I have worked extremely hard to build up my self-confidence, which is why I feel like I'm able to have such an effect on people and have such a strong personality, is because I know myself and I know I'm that bitch. This past October, I did not feel like that. I felt like, oh, maybe I'm not the shit. Maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. And I said, hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Let's think about this super duper quick, girl. Because last time I checked, these people's opinions of you did not matter up until 2-3 months ago. Like, you've lived your entire life thinking that you were the shit up until you met these people. Or up until you let these people's opinions of you affect the objective truth about yourself, which is that you're the shit. You're the shit. Like, I literally had to sit there and remind myself. I woke up from a nap and I was like, what if I just stopped caring about what they think? And I'm like, oh, baby girl, like, you might just have a point right there. What if I just like truly stopped caring so much about what other people thought and just kept on reminding myself, like, you are not your body, you have a body, you are not your job, you have a job. And those things, I think, really helped me in those moments where I started doubting myself. Because again, I feel like my AP, my former advanced placement kids from high school, like, will definitely understand this. Like, we are not our grades. We are not the colleges that we go to. We are not our physical achievements. We just have those things. But like, you really just have to sit there and remind yourself how much of a baddie you are. Like, guys, I think we all just need like a baddie recoupling. Not even recoupling, but just like regrouping. Hello? Like, Pluto and Capricorn has really been hitting us, and I'm just so sick and tired of enduring sometimes, and I just want to enjoy my life. So I'm really excited for Pluto in Aquarius. There's going to be a lot of rebellion, communal gatherings, if you will, an emphasis on community. Apparently Pluto has not been in Aquarius since the American Revolution. And she literally hasn't been in Aquarius since the American Revolution, which is crazy. And honestly, that gives me a little bit of anxiety about what's to come, but I'm gonna let that anxiety sit there for a little bit. Sorry, I'm holding my hairball. I'm holding my hairball. But you know what? We're going to embrace the anxiety and know that whatever comes our way, we will get through it. Okay, so that's what I've been yapping about. What have I been eating down? Okay. So I've really been into these Popeyes chicken tenders. They have these like garlic parmesan chicken tenders, which eat down so bad. I just like don't remember Popeyes or KFC ever being that expensive. Because tell me why a bucket at KFC is like nearly $40. I feel like I could make that on my own. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like I could make that on my own. Okay, something that I've had on repeat. Oh, I'm like forgetting. Hold up, let me check. Okay, so something that I've had on repeat is Push to Start by Tyla. I will say, like, she puts out a good bob or two. I'm like, hold up, because these are really, really good. Now, I've always wanted to get back into dancing, but I just haven't had the chance to do so, nor have I like pushed myself to do so. So I really want to learn the dance to that, but we shall see. Another thing, okay, I wouldn't say that it's a song that I have on repeat, but it's an exercise. Guys, speaking of exercise, I've been trying to get back into my physical fitness era after being off of it for like months now, because my life has just been so disorienting for these past few months. But I went back on the treadmill, and it was like no more than 2 to maybe even 5 minutes of running, but like my ankle is in shambles now. I'm like, did I not warm up enough? So I have just been stretching and exercising my ankle, really trying to be gentle with it, because it's been a week since I last went to the gym, and now my ankle is sore. She not torn in a good way, she sore. Short. she tore it out. But yeah, sorry if that was like really awkward and like super embarrassing. But I'll catch everybody on the flip side. Sorry that I haven't been as consistent, but hey, I fear we're back, question mark, question mark. But I will see everybody next time, and check out the bio for some really great resources that y'all can consult in these really trying times, and some podcasts and books that I've been reading that I feel y'all will like too. But bye y'all, love y'all, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.